Good morning, everyone. I'm Corinne Braxton, and today is August 24th, 2021. Let's see if I can find myself on the computer to see if we're going live. Oh, there I am. Okay, good. Good. We'll just take a few minutes to see if people can find us. Okay, there we go. I think we're just about a minute early. So how's everyone doing today? Oh my goodness, how can it's hard to believe that it's the end of August already. Oh my word. I don't know where the summer has gone here. It's a beautiful sunny day in Montana. And oh, hey Jan, I'm glad you found us. You're in the truck. Are you on your way to Colorado? Glad you found us though right away. That was fast. And today is beautiful. It's sunny and we can see the mountains. Yesterday was total smoke. We couldn't see a thing. This morning, I think it was 42 degrees when I went out. It was about 6:30 when I unlocked the door and peeked outside. It was 42. So certainly fall is on the way here, but it's going to get up to the 80s. So it's nice to have that warm sunshine, but we sure don't want fires here. So good to see you, Jan. Hope you have a good day driving. Hope that's not too hard on your hip. Oh, hey, Carla. Glad to see you from Wisconsin. And Lisa sending hearts. Oh, good. You girls are great. Oh, Martina, good morning. And you won't be long, and next week you'll be heading to Montana. Martina's in Oregon. So we'll start right away. Don't forget that this is the end of August, and we have 5 weeks left of celebration. I have loved having it in the summertime, and with this new mini catalog, this will go on until January 2nd, I think, is when it stops. And however, it's so fun because this has a lot of fun die cuts and punches that coordinate with this mini. So anyway, don't wait too long, of course, because things will start being depleted in a little bit. They've told us to be aware of that bedazzling, gleaming paper, that and some of the dyes. Oh, this is one of the dyes they warned us about. It's called Summer Shadows. I'm going to show you. It goes with this stamp that's in Shaded Summer. I love this, and I love the dyes. I used them yesterday with the dahlia, and I'll show you what I made. It's quite a project, actually. I had lots of this leftover, my blends on alcohol, my alcohol blends on vellum. And I saw another lady online do a really pretty card with those. Do you see the white leaves and the gold leaves? That's all from that shaded spruce or Shaded Summer. Anyway, I had more fun making this card. And so this is this is actually going to be a wedding card for my niece, Shelby, who's getting married in October in Wisconsin. Do you see that flower? That is the daisy. Not daisy, I'm sorry, dahlia. I even have some dahlias in my yard, my garden. They're blooming right now too, so it's very, very pretty. So don't forget about some of those things that are in the celebration catalog that you get free with a $50 order. The dahlia one is a $100 order, but anyway, I have this weekend I have coming up. I'm really excited. I'm in a leadership role in Stampin' Up! And so we were supposed to go to Las Vegas for a leaders summit, but obviously that was postponed because of it was rescheduled. Now it's going to be online. So it's called Backstage. And I'm sorry that it's not in Las Vegas and we can't go there, but it's always a lot of fun. Last year they did it. It was supposed to be in New Orleans last year and ended up being on the computer, and actually it was very fun, and there's really some pretty neat networking that gets to be done via your iPad or your computer. So I'm looking forward to that. Starts on Thursday evening, and it's all day Friday and all day Saturday. So anyway, that's coming up for me. That's, I already got my prizes for that. I got a water thermos flask and a satchel and a couple I should have brought it. I'll try to bring it next week when I tell you about it too. So, alrighty, I think we can, let's see, I have sort of missed the comments there. Let's see once. Oh, hey, Melissa, good to see you this morning too from California. Oh, I'm sorry you have COVID. Oh, I am so very sorry to hear that. Take care of yourself, Melissa. Hope it's not too bad. Hope it's a fast one. Yes, Jan had COVID early on a year ago, and it was pretty bad. And you know what? Many of you know Kathy Wilkerson on our team. She is doing okay, but I would love for you all to send cards to her. She is on kidney dialysis, and she was in the hospital for a week. She's home now. She's actually working. I saw her last night. She picked up some things from me, but she goes to dialysis 3 to 4 times a week, and she is hoping for either her kidney to start working again. This is from a transplant. Anyway, so prayers for Kathy, and send cards. That's what we do, isn't it? That's what we love to do. Okay, here we go. Turn down. Close your eyes if you get dizzy. Here we go. Oh, there are my cards. I'm going to slide them down so you can see those. I'll move my computer to the side more. There we go. But I'm just so pleased with these. I had a lot of these things done, like all this whole background, but I cut these white frames. Oh my God, took 2 of the rectangles and did that together. So those are just my cards to align. And this is the first project. I don't know if you noticed, I'm wearing soft succulent shirt. And this is what we're going to be doing today. Oh, I got a little smash there. This is from the Nature's Harvest. And Nature's Harvest is in our mini catalog. Love this one. I bet I have made, this is the catalog spread. Just a wonderful set of designer paper. This is the stamp itself is like this. The dies have been on back order forever. They are available now again, but it is a great set. I have loved it. I bet I've made 50 cards with it. I did 2 swap cards with it. I think I showed you one before, and then this one. But I want to show you what I did today on this. And this. Can you see how that cone flower looks a little bit washed? Well, that's because we're going to get our rubbing alcohol that I have 99 isopropyl alcohol that I got from Amazon. And we're going to get our blends out. And I want to do this first. And then I'll show you all the pieces. But I want this to dry, so I'm going to just bring in a little pad. And I'm going to bring, this is the pearlescence paper. And it's really quite interesting because you can see can you see the sheen? This is in the annual catalog. And it is on the page. It's almost impossible to see. It's on page 135, and it's right there in the corner next to the foiled sheets. And it carried over from last spring, and it's a wonderful, wonderful medium to use for blends. And so what we're going to do is, what I want to try to achieve is this. To see how motley that looks, sort of like little puddles of, and that's what we want. And but it works pretty well. You can, this works, obviously it works very well on vellum, but this has a shiny surface to it. And you get 2 sheets. I don't know. I think it's not really expensive or anything. I'm going to get my blends out. I've got my dark succulent, and I'm going to use a little bit of my light evergreen. So these 2 greens, and this is what I do, and I'm going to just enlarge that a little bit for you. And I've got my water pen. This one has, I don't have any water in it because we're going to use the alcohol, but it has the brush in that's very flat like that. And so I'm going to put that like that. This is what we do. And I just scribble on this like this. Just put little, this is the evergreen. Just doing this. I just made this up. I was doing a swap, and I cut some of these out, these cone flowers out with in vellum, and we're going to use some vellum today too. I'll show you the colored vellum. I love that. So you can see, there it is. That's about all I need. And then I'm going to take and it looks messy. It's supposed to look messy. And then I'm going to take my isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to just put a little bit in the cap. It's very flammable. They say, I don't know. I don't ever get my heat gun or anything like that near it. So I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to actually touch it like that and let it do its own thing. Lots of little puddles. Just going to let it sort of blend. Do you see the dark? I still want a little bit of vanilla I'm just, you probably could spritz it, but I want it to be, let's curl it once, just like that. Just see how that, let's add a little bit more right there. We'll see how that turns out. And I'm going to set that aside. We'll just let that dry. And I'm just going to set that off to the side for a minute. I'll just set it right over here, and we'll do some of our other things first, and I'll show you the pieces. So if you want to take a screenshot of any of these, you can. So our vanilla base is 5.5. I'm going to move that down now for you. I'll zoom back out a little bit. 5.5 by 8.5, and then I scored it at 4.25. And then I have a piece of soft succulent, and you can sort of see, this is my shirt today, my soft succulent shirt. And I've already embossed this, because it's hard to sometimes do all those things on camera, but I love this time-worn embossing folder. If you don't have this one, it should be one of the first things that you buy. And, it's a 3D one, so you're going to use that gray plate, or if you have the old Big Shot, then it's a purple or blue plate. But you can see, and that's 4x5. And I already did that, time worn. I tend to use that all the time. I really like it. And then we have a piece of my favorite DSP. I wish we had a whole pack of this. It's 3 inches by 4 inches. It's like a script, and it's sort of motley looking. And that is 3 by 4. That means when something is 3 by 4, you can get a lot out of one sheet of DSP, and that's why I designed this card that way, because I was doing it for a swap and I needed 26 of them. So, and then I die cut some vellum. You can see the shimmery vellum. This is in our annual catalog too. I don't know. I just sort of call them weeds, that maybe they're flowers. Maybe they're supposed to be flowers. I don't really know. And then here's another cone flower, the one that was plain. It has a little bit of, can you see the little bit of embossing on it? So that's one of the pieces. And here's another. I love this set. It is, it's sort of a companion to, what was it called? Quiet Meadows or something like that. This is what this looks like. It's Nature's Harvest. You can see that. It's got, the script is rather small. It's a thank you, a good luck. We're going to use the Sending Healing Thoughts. And there's another one, a reminder to never forget how much you mean to me and to so many others. That's a really pretty one too. But this set of dies is worth its weight in gold. And I'm actually having, and then these two are nice labels too. I actually have a class that'll be this Thursday. And this is one of the 5 cards. So it is a good set, I think. And I love the cards that I've made. And I've done a lot of die cutting. But anyway, so we'll put this together now, and I'll show you how it goes and do some stamping. And we're going to take our base and fold it and give it a good score. I think I need to buy a couple new bone folders. Mine are getting sort of, look at this one, sort of, it's been in the ink, I think. Anyway, it doesn't make any, they all work the same. And now we'll put on our embossed piece. And I'm just using my regular seal. Give it a nice 4th inch mat. It's just really, it looks so time worn. And then we're going to put on our, this probably could have a mat. You probably could have put another vanilla mat, but I was, when you're making a lot of something, you have to make sure it's simple enough that you can duplicate. So, whenever if your seal doesn't start it on your silicone mat, and I'm not tearing it the right way now. There we go. Now it's doing well. This script is, you can see a little bit. We'll put it on like this. Okay, and now we'll do we'll set that aside and do our stamping, and put that like that, and bring in we have soft, succulent ink and our stamps. We're going to, there's my ink pad. And I think I'm going to bring this a little bit closer to me. I don't know if I'm going to still be in the camera or not. Yeah, I guess I am. Get that all inked up. It's hard when you're so far away and can't put your head right over it. It's a little crooked. Let's try this again. Good thing we have 2 sides to every piece of paper, huh? That was pretty smart of stamping up to, there we go. That's good, I think. And we'll leave this ink out. We'll set this aside. And on our inside of our card, let's do some stamping. We're going to stamp a little. This is a nice stamp that's right in that stamp set. And I'm using a set, Sending Healing Thoughts Your Way. And this is from Inspired, let's see what it's called. Inspired Thoughts. It's this one with the trees that have all the branches on it, but it has all the nice, this is really a great set. I love the tree. I love the dies. And then it has sympathy, Christmas, healing, congratulations, birthday. It has a lot of things on that, and it's just a good set. And let's do our envelope too while I'm thinking of it, because I know quite often I forget it when I'm on the camera. So we'll do that pretty flower right here in the corner. There we go. It looks pretty nice, I think. So we'll set that. We'll close up our ink, and ooh, that was a tight one. So some of them. And I'm going to just give them a real, and I'm going to clean them on my Simply Chamois. If you don't have a chamois, if you happen to ever had one, oh my goodness, this one I cut in half, but I love them. I have, I think, 4 or 5 of them, and I use them all the time. You just clean them under the sink. So that's how I clean my stamps. Now they're all clean. They just sort of, I don't know, that chamois is just perfect. Okay, now let's build the rest of our bouquet of flowers. There we go. And now we're going to bring in our pieces. Let's see once how this other one dried. Here we go. Oh, not too bad. It's all dry, so we'll use it. Look at that. I like that line. I like that washed look. It's sort of fun. I have a lady who got my swap card who really liked it, and she lives in Arkansas now. She had just moved from Arkansas, and she used to live in California, and she called me to see how I had done this, because she was doing it for 38 people online, and she was making 38 kits. Now, I don't know about you, but I love flowers, and I like to do flower arranging. I love to cut my flowers most mornings. I go out and cut flowers, and I just sort of like to make little bouquets, and you can put them any way you want. Okay, and I'm going to just do that. That looks pleasing to me. Usually when I have a little taller ones in the middle. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive down on my card. And now I'm just going to put that over it like that. Probably could have come down a little bit. You can use glue dots too. I do use glue dots too. And, you know, you could always add, you know, you could add 2 of the flowers if you wanted. That's a little bit too much. I'll save that one. That was the one that I had done prior. So now I want to make sure though, when I put this down, that this is going to hold it more too. And so that's what we'll do next. I'll just put some, I think first of all, I better snip the ends. So I'm just going to slant the ends. I like to, that's sort of it's an easy way of doing it. It's been quite popular. So let's see which one is this is the crooked one. So we're going to put adhesive on the crooked side, and we're going to use the good side. Okay. I'm going to put that right over that spot. You could pop it up with dimensionals too. That would work. That would be fine. And now I'm going to take my, let's see one's here. Oops, a daisy. Oh, somehow I got a message and somehow I lost everything for a few minutes there. Hey there. Glad we didn't get totally cut off. Okay, so I'm just taking my glue dots on my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm just going to put them now behind. I mean, you could put other type. You can do it whatever way you want. I just found this worked pretty well. You could even sit in a chair and while you're watching TV and do this. And I just put a few glue dots on behind the flowers. I like to have them loose, somewhat loose, not too. I like to have them airy, but not that they're going to come off the page when you stand the card up. So I'm going to put one right under there. I think that's pretty good. That'll work. That it's still loose enough, but it has it's airy enough to be pleasing, I think. And then let's see if we have a bee. We need a bow, and I have a bow here that I've already tied. I'm going to need my glue dots again. And I'm going to put a bow. I like, whenever I'm doing a bow, I forgot it was on, I would put it next to me. I put like 2 glue dots on like that. And there, that card is finished, except for the bee. And I don't know where I have my bees. I have a whole container of bees, but somehow they're not in my little bucket at this time. But you get the idea. Here is our, here's the one with the bee. And see, this one's on the other side. It has different flowers. So it's really a beautiful card. And I think I really like it. I hope you do too. So, and our envelope looks really pretty with that. And that is that card. It's not too hard at all, is it? Try that. This pearlescence paper works really well. It doesn't, you cannot use your blends and rubbing alcohol on regular paper, even shimmery paper, even your shimmer white paper. It will not work. So it has to be something like vellum or like that pearlescence will work. Okay, next we are going to do the Peaceful Deer. And oh my goodness, if you don't have this set, it is one of the best I've ever seen. Celebration. I know some of you are saying, I bet Corinne says that all the time. Oh, well, this one I think really is. This is free paper. And it is fabulous. I think it's going to be really hard when we don't have it anymore. But, you can use it forever. But the punch for the deer punches out these deers. I'm going to show you a little trick today. That's on page 8. That's free. That's a 12 by 12 pack of paper. That's free with celebration orders of $50. Then let's see them. And this is the deer. This is a great set. It's a bundle. And this, I'm so happy that Stamping Up listened to a lot of people and brought punches in this time. So this whole bundle only costs $36. So the deer bundle is called Peaceful Deer and Peaceful Deer bundle or punch, the builder punch. And it's really a good one. So the antlers, their antlers are right there. And the deer is, you can do antlers or not do antlers, whatever you'd like. So this is a really cool card. And remember last week I showed you how to do a card that popped open and stood up. And anyway, I'm going to show you another one this week, but it's going to be a little bit different. It's smaller. It's got a narrow front, so you can adjust that. And actually, I saw this from a gal in Canada, Angie, and but I just thought, oh, this is so cool. And it's just like what I've been doing a lot of these folds. And so I'm going to show you how to start that. But I'm going to show you this about the deer too, and that is really something else to know that you'll be just shocked at. So I'm going to bring in my scoring board. I'm going to zoom out if I can. Oh, let's see. I'm going to bring this down, I think. There you go. I love this, my scoreboard. So I am taking a piece of paper, cardstock, thick white. Things are all falling out here. My base is 5.5, it's just a regular card, thick white, 5.5 by 8.5. And you scored at 2, 3 1/8, 5 3/8, 6.5. And I love this. I just love these markers. We don't have refills for those, but I just think they're great. So 2 inches. I'll just put that right there so you can, if you can take a screenshot. 3 1/8, 5 3/8, and 6.5. And there we have it. And I will do a lot of scoring. Like if I only am making one card, I would do it on my paper trimmer, because that works fine. But if I'm doing several for a class or anything, I always do the scoreboard. So now I'll zoom in more for you. Okay, and now we're going to just give this some good bone folding. I'm going to crease it, just like we did last week too, like this. So now it's going to stand up, but we really have to give that a good crease. I have a lot of bone folders. They get to be a little dirty after a while. They get stained. There we go. See how that is creased really well. And so that was 5.5 by 8.5, like that. And then we're going to bring in our DSP. This is some of the DSP that from that set, and it's 2 inches by 5 1/4. And that's gonna go on right there. And then we have 2 mats. Oh, I've only done one. It looks like I'm going to have to bring in so we have white mat. We're going to do the snowflake. And it's 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And now I have to bring in my little, luckily it's right here in front of me, or behind me, my little machine. This one will work because we're going to use the Wintry 3D. I'd forgotten we're even using this one in it. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and we're going to open up this little machine, and we're going to get it comes with 2 folders. It comes with the one that is like evergreen branches, and then the snowflake one. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful set. And it's a 3D, so it's going to tell us, this is our base plate. Wait, okay, let me see what's here. Okay, let me see. This is, we're going to put this here, and this one down here. Well, we're going to put that in our folder, and then I'm using the wrong one there. I know that already. I'm going to put, this is going to be with embossing folders. It tells us this is with standard. Let me see once here. I'm really sorry. Oh, this was the one. Number 4 is the one we use with 3D. So we're going to put that down first. Then my embossing folder. That can't be right. I think we have to do it like this. Let's try it. And at any time, yep, that works. That's the sandwich. I know this on my big machine real well, but the little machine has a different type of, it has everything numbered, but it's different than the big machine. And there, isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. Oh, well, Carla, it's pouring rain there. Hope you have a good time babysitting. Alrighty, so this is, we're gonna pack this up. It just closes up. It's like, it's lighter than my purse. So, we'll put that away and set that over there on the side. And now we can glue on our little pieces. And we're going to put our so we're going to just put our pieces like this. Oops. So our design on the side, and it's white on white. We're going to put this right down the middle. I'm going to open it up flat. How many of you have used this stamp and punch? Oh my goodness. I have not been able to, and this paper is to die for. Can't get enough of it. So that was 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and you need 2 of those. And so there we go, and there's our card so far, and now we can do our stamping. We'll set that aside, and let's see what else we have. We've got some black ribbon in here, and some other pieces to stamp on. This is a photopolymer set of stamps, so we need our stamping piercing mat is what we need. So I'm going to put that like that, and let's bring in our stamps here. I'm using my card. I got my table pretty full here. Bring in some black ink. We've got some black ink and our trees. We're going to do everything in black for this card, and this is the well, we're going to use. I love this. Wishing you a wonderful year and friendships dear. That's a beautiful set. Sending love and peace, and that's what we're going to use. We're going to do the sending you love and peace. The trees alone are fabulous. Even if you don't use the deer, the trees are great. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'm just going to try to get this in the rounded part of the, right up. See how both of those are rounded, and there we go. And then we're going to put our trees. Oop, I can see that it's not inked up well enough. Now that's a little bit better. I need to probably re-ink my, there we go. And that's a pretty in black. And put put that over there on the side. Maybe we should put some trees on our envelope while I've got that dirty. Although I already, let's put that, there we go. And they're just pretty clusters. That's really great for stamping off if I were doing it in green. We would do that. And then on the back side, we can do Merry Christmas. I think it's going to fit. Yep, it'll fit. And I meant to do the trees on the back. Okay, we'll do that. So there's the Merry. Oh, you're not seeing that, are you? That's funny. Okay. Can't remember when I zoom in and when I don't. Okay. Oh, whoops. My ink, my lock fell down on there. Okay, there we go. And now we're almost done with this card. It's amazing, isn't it? Remember, you always want to keep your memento pads upside down because the ink is different than our Stampin' Up! Ones. So here we have this, and we'll take our piercing mat away. And now we're going to attach this. Just get the ink and the stamps away. And I'm just going to attach it with some dimensionals right along the center part, and not too wide because you don't want it to hang over into block that. So I love my Take Your Pick tool. Oh my goodness. I used to like the other one, but this is even so much better. It's better for my hands, at least. It's thicker, you know, it's more ergonomically correct. So I'm going to put it like that. And we're going to put our black ribbon. Oh, this ribbon is the best bow tying ribbon. Put a couple, see, I always put 2 glue dots like that, right? And we're just going to put that right above. And now all we need to do is put our deer on. It's all stamped and ready on the back. So let's put that aside. And now we're going to we need to put some rhinestones or something in too. But I'm going to set this aside for a moment and bring in the deer paper and the punch. So, okay, we're going to get a deer. So when you're stamping and punching something, you know, like this paper is I love both sides. The buffalo check is terrific. So when I look at the deer like this, you can see it's going to punch certain deer. It's going to punch this one right here. And so I'm going to sort of get equal sides. And, you know, Stampin' Up! Punches, you push halfway down, that sort of locks it in place, and now it won't move. And I'm just going to punch it, and it looks perfect. And my little antlers are going to fall out. They're plaid and white, but you could color them black or brown, whatever you wanted to. But it's great. It'll be good for the card. But what about that deer? What about that one? I mean, he's really good too, but the punch does not fit. So what you do, this is a tip that I learned from a gal named Diana Gibbs. Oh my gosh, greatest tip ever for this set. And what you do is, and I can't do this for you because you have to go to a window. And you go to a window and you take your pen, and you can use like a chalk pen or a pencil or whatever you have, and I held it up to the light, and I actually had to go around a couple different windows to get good light so I could see that deer, so I could see that shadow. And then I sort of traced it real roughly. You can see it's not a very good not a very good tracing. However, I can at least go in here now, and I have an idea of where things are. So I'm going to sort of line it up. Do you see that? And let's just hope that it turns out. It's not perfect, It's not as nice as the other one. My drawing was off a little bit, but it's not bad either. You could trim that, or you could still use it. But it works. It's a pretty neat trick. You would just hold it up, and then you would just go on there, and you can put little dotted lines, but you're not going to see the lines. So anyway, but we're going to put our deer on our card, and then it will be complete. So we're going to pop him up with some dimensionals. This side is beautiful too. You could use that side. I mean, you could certainly punch that whole paper. You'd want to cut your deer to get the normal ones, and then you could punch some this other way too. Which is certainly easier, but we're not going to do that. So, okay, now we're going to put a dimensional on his head. I think that one probably could be cut. There we go. We'll just use the other half right there in the middle of his body. There, like that. I didn't put any dimensionals for the legs, so just pick those off. And we'll put our deer on. Give him a little angle, like that. And we have the card is complete. You can see that. Isn't that a wonderful set? And, I forgot the little gems. So on the other one, I used the silver and clear epoxy. These come like with drops, and they're sort of big. Do you see what I did right here? They're a little bigger than I think this time I'm going to use rhinestones. So our rhinestones, I actually just keep mine in one of the clear cases too. And I'm going to use the rhinestones because they come in more sizes. And I just think that's just a little bit, and I had wanted to do that, but then I wanted to use those, but I didn't. They just seemed too big. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use one sort of medium. I'm going to put it right up here, and I'm going to slide some of these smaller ones, and put another one right here. I like this putty end. Put another one right there. We could even put 5 on. It's a put another larger one down here at the bottom. There we go. And what do you think? Do you like the baubles or the rhinestones? So type that in. Oh, I'm glad you love it. Thanks so much, Jan. Okay, let's close your eyes and we'll flip back. You can see my ceiling. There we go. Now you can see my soft succulent shirt. I'm gonna have to go shopping in person. My closet is, I have a lot of clothes in my closet. I just don't wear half of them. And, it's so funny because you have to look for the right shade of things. And I wasn't quite sure this morning, but I think I did a pretty good job for the soft succulent. And anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. And I sure appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Have a great week. If anyone would like to take this class, I still have a couple of openings. It's a $30 class, I believe. I can't remember, it's $25 or $30. It includes 2 products and 5 cards, and it's a really good one. So that's for the Harvest Meadow, not for this deer one. So that'll be later. Alrighty, girls. Thanks so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.